You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live at Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, July 9th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. We got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to have Mari in here in a little bit on this Tuesday. We'll do another 5-star review. We have so much to get to. I'm excited about it. No listener bait per se, actually. Still waiting to see if there's going to be a concert announcement made this week and win them before you can buy them. But not so much. We're still doing our summer of fun, brought to you by Hondo Resort Casino. Don't forget, this week you could win a trip to Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole?
Wait, hold on.
Are you making towns up?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. Have you been there?
I'm going sometime soon now.
You've been to Jackson's Hole?
Jackson's Hole.
Yeah, Jackson Hole. That's what it is. Yeah. So we'll be giving that away a little bit later. It will at least give you the song that you're listening for and the keyword, summer fun. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys have been going to KFMA.com. There you've been qualifying, second chance qualifiers. And you honestly, for a promotion like this, which is multi-station, which I get, you have to enter as much as you can. Now, it makes it harder to win, but we do have KFMA listeners that have won these massive prizes, including big cash jackpots. So, the only way you can't win, it's like the old lotto slogan, is if you don't play.
That's right.
And it doesn't cost you anything to enter to win. So just a little bit of effort. So give me minimum effort, Tucson.
We can do this.
Yeah, and I'll give you a prize worth $3,000. Yesterday, I was scared. RIP Cartoon Network was trending. So I was like, how do they cancel an entire network, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite Cartoon Network show?
Oh, my God. I think Space Ghost.
Yeah, Space Ghost Coast to Coast,
mm-hmm.
which was basically pre-podcast. Think about that. I mean, because it's podcast era here. Everyone has a podcast and the format's pretty simple. You just have a conversation with somebody. And a lot of different people have different approaches on how they do it, whether it's straight up investigative journalists or satirical. It's the same thing. It's just people talking. Now, before that became a popular form of media, Space Ghost Coast to Coast did this, but with the Space Ghost cartoon character, and ending up being one of the best interviewers on television for a short run. It was a very satirical approach as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes Space Ghost would get the exclusive. You're like,
it was genius.
Yeah.
It always kept me curious, too, how they set everything up and everything, because the way the format was between a cartoon character talking to a real life person. I'm like, how did they get away with this?
Yeah.
How did they tell them this?
Well,
amazing.
When you're a cartoon character, you can get away with a lot.
This is true.
Yes, that's why I changed my name to something cartoony, and it still haven't been canceled yet. So knock on wood. I'm not going to attempt to do that today, though.
Nope.
My favorite was Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Big fan. Can't remember the name, but big fan. Yeah. So
to be fair, we're all high during watching that anyway. So,
yeah, absolutely. I have to get high just to watch reruns. But apparently, the reason why that RIP Cartoon Network started trending on social media is Animation Workers Ignited, which seemingly associated with the Animators Union, took to Twitter to raise awareness about issues in the animation industry and encourage cartoon lovers to spread the word about what's at stake. So it's a situation of not unionizing, but trying to protect people's jobs. The account told its followers to post your favorite Cartoon Network shows using the hashtag RIP Cartoon Network, prompting fears that the beloved brand would soon make a formal announcement about a studio closure. The good news is somehow Cartoon Network continues to make money. And it's very odd, too, when you think about it, because even at the height of its popularity, if you recall watching it, like in real time, late night, you would also notice there wasn't really any commercials. It was little to no commercials. And keep in mind,
it's true.
This is how networks make money. This is how radio stations make money. This is how your favorite podcasts make money. Those little commercial breaks, unless you're paying for it, right? Then that's how they have to supplement the cost and make a profit. But I always thought, Cartoon Network, I'm like, well, it's got to be going out of business soon, right? Because I don't see any commercials. And if I do, it's like a mock commercial that they made.
Right.
Like
some goofy Tim and Eric stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Now, rumors of official shutdown were further exacerbated as fans began to share a photograph of the network's headquarters, apparently taken last year after the company had relocated its offices. So it basically showed like a dismal, run-down building with half a sign still up.
Oh,
but that's the old building.
Yeah.
So they moved to a better location. And it's interesting to see, actually, the picture that they do show Cartoon Network. The building itself looks like it's something out of downtown Tucson. It doesn't look anything fancy at all. So it's like a mom and pop shop network. So if Cartoon Network is not out of business today, I'm surprised they're still in business, and if they're going to make it another 10 years, but we'll see. So to start off the day, the moral of the story is for all my cartoon stoner friends out there, don't worry. It's still around.
Don't panic.
Yeah, don't panic yet. Yeah. And then there's still, of course, reruns galore on Max while Max is still a thing. Everything continues to change with the entertainment landscape. In fact, Paramount Plus and Max are talking about merging because they don't have enough subscribers for either one. And it's crazy, too, because they both have tons of content, but Netflix is still king. So everyone was trying to play catch up to even join the party. And now that they're joining the party, they're trying to charge like $20 a month for subscription. Nobody's buying it. So they're like, well, what if we combine our forces and charge $40 a month? They're like, no, you don't get it. Why do you think everyone watched Netflix for so many years, Rico?
Because it was affordable and cheap, and there's a lot of content.
I'll one up you on this one because it was free. And why was it free? Because we were stealing it. And if you want to, these that was the initial rollout business strategy.
Yep.
And you scoff at it now. But the reality is Netflix is in almost every home throughout this entire world, not just this country, the world. So this whole go ahead and steal it idea of a business approach was really good. And I feel like they stole that from System of a Down. Remember they released an album? Exactly.
Oh,
yeah. And then guess what? I stole the album and then became a lifelong System of a Down fan. Right?
How many exes have you stolen albums from?
Yeah.
Netflix passwords?
Honestly, I didn't steal anything from exes because I always dated women with terrible music choices.
Oh,
yeah, taste. Do I want to steal Britney Spears' album? No.
Out of principle, maybe. Maybe one more time.
All right. So we're trying to move this forward and not keep it going forever. So let's get the music going. We got your morning moron coming up after Foo Fighters. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let's get back here on the podcast broadcast. And Carlos, I'm glad you recognize that. The applause does sound too much like the Holmberg show sometimes. And that's why I do not overuse the applause sound effect. I'll throw it in there every now and then on a show open. But I keep that in mind too, because I listened to Holmberg while I was up in Phoenix and stuff for years. She's the man. And I definitely don't want to emulate that show whatsoever. I want to give a little more energy into that. The thing is, Holmberg sometimes sounds a little dragging ass. And actually, I think he has beef with me. He has talked smack about me on the air before. Really? Because I was winning awards for best morning show and best radio person. And so then my name would get brought up in conversation. And
he steals my applause noise.
Yeah. But at some point in time, I was, being courted to go work at the same company that Holmberg works for. And then, basically was told I got the job just to be told that, no, you're untouchable type deal. And so I feel like that was one of two things. Either Holmberg was like, nope. Don't hire him because he has that kind of swing and he's earned that type of swing. With all fairness, he is the man up there. Or maybe the GM didn't like my jokes about his lazy eye. I don't know. The reality was I was doing, I'm playing the underdog card on a LPFM up in Phoenix, rebel radio type deal. Maybe they didn't get the character.
Oh, no.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I've been my worst enemy for my entire life, but somehow we still
Did
survive.
I get the job, or are you looking at that guy over there and giving him the job? Like, really? Really?
I'd say you've been eyeing me for a long time, but maybe that was inadvertent. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast, and on the video stream is the only place where you can watch Danny Trejo get into a boxing match with a young California dude. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, so this happened over 4th of July. Danny Trejo is not only a legend, but he's 80 years old.
Is he 80 now?
Yep.
He is
Wow.
80. Straight up 80. And of course, you know, he has a legendary career, turned his life around, very inspirational.
Yeah.
Also, did spend time in prison when he was a young man, just get out and make his way as an actor. He looks fantastic for 80. And it was not a surprise that when being disrespected, he's like, I'm not going to stand for that. And we get up into a young man's face. Of course, it did not necessarily work out for him. He is still in one piece and he is doing well. The fight is crazy. And the comments after the fact were more kind of like reasonable. And I want to kind of unpack that as our opening story on the podcast broadcast. So join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or join us on our social media pages. Be back with more right after Nothing More. The songs, I know.
I see what you did there.
I didn't mean to. Here's If It Doesn't Hurt on Rock 102.1. Yeah, you didn't hear about this.
No.
Yeah, I read his book, so I'm all about the Trejo.
My brother used to go to Trejo's Tacos all the time in LA, and he'd be there sometimes.
Yeah, he's a solid guy.
He's a cool guy.
And those are vegan tacos too, right?
No, maybe no.
Yeah, he's a vegan.
Orale.
Ole. Yeah, so this happened over 4th of July. Him and his homies were riding down in a lowrider as part of a parade, a local parade. And some
Sunland.
Sunland,
California.
California, yeah. Who was Sunland?
Yeah, Sunland.
Okay,
or
nice.
LUND.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about the actual location.
Well, it's where my sister used to live, right? So when we were out there, she's like, that's my old neighborhood.
That's my hood.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it was just a fun, family-friendly 4th of July day parade. Danny, of course, is a celebrity in his parade. The lowriders looked nice, just kind of cruising down the street. And some punk dude who, again, is probably in his like 30s or something, early 30s. Decided to throw water balloons at the lowrider, which, you know, at first, now what Danny said, which I'll play video of, is he thought that the balloons were filled with acid.
Yeah.
And so he was really upset about this.
Whoa.
And so then what happened, I'll just let play out. Check this out.
No water! No water!
He's like, oh. Goes right up. He's like, what the fuck? And he just swings at him. The guy goes back, right?
Whoa.
Look at that. Gave him a 3-piece combo. Now, look, obviously I'm Team Trejo on this, right? But I will give credit where credit is due. The kid in the ball cap gave his homie that 3-piece combo. 1-2 with the like left hook that nailed him and knocked him to his ass. They're going to do a replay of this, and that was kind of impressive. Again, Danny was standing his ground and was like, what the hell? It escalated quickly, and Danny and his friends regret their decisions, and rightfully so, because did it need to get to the point of violence right away? Not necessarily. This is something that could have been verbally handled, but, you know, this is one of those moments. And it almost turned into like a little brawl. Now, Danny and his homies, they're all, even though they look like they're, you know, straight up cholo, still, they're senior citizens still. I mean, he's 80, and yes, he's hardcore, but he's still 80, right? And they're doing slow motion to this. We're going to get on the air. I talk a little bit about this.
That's a good argument for the presidents, I guess.
What do you mean?
Still throw a fist at 80?
Yeah. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. That is a good good point there. Danny Trejo, you know, got into a brawl on the 4th of July with a random bystander who's throwing water balloons at his lowrider during a parade in Sunland, California, right? And Rico brought up the point that is a good argument for our presidents. It does help out that it's like, hey, you know, like if Danny Trejo at 80 can still get into a street fight, then, you know, 80-year-olds can still run this country.
Listen, Jack,
I don't think the president or the nominee is as hardcore as Danny, though. So, or can do as many push-ups. Now, again, they got out of the car, started brawling. In the video of the event, you could see Danny fall backwards off the curb and go down, and then get back up to rejoin the fight. Because you can knock him down, but you can't knock him out. He is going to come back at you. Again, as 80 years old, he doesn't just play a badass on TV and movies. Legit badass. And you cross those lines. It's hard when you get instilled with that type of mentality where if someone disrespects you, you have to confront that.
Yeah.
That never necessarily goes away. And that's an example of that. At 80 years old, even knowing at 80, and it's fighting is a young man's game. And anyone who has fought will tell you that. And even young people don't necessarily enjoy it, especially if you lose, right? But to say in this situation, the machismo being like, I have to, this guy.
I was going to say machismo is forever, baby.
It is, Now, TMZ did speak with Danny after the incident, and he said he was sad about the whole thing. Not only was the way that he reacted, but the fact that grown men felt the need to throw balloons. So he was sad for the people who was blatantly disrespecting him while he was trying to participate and lend his, appearance and his presence to a community parade.
Right.
It's like, dude, I'm trying to be, man of the people here.
Right.
Yeah.
And you like crapping all over me. You're here to parade. Who else do you want to see? The mayor of Sunland? Isn't it cooler to see me? I was in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember my head being on top of a tortoise and Breaking Bad? That was me. That's not the guy behind me. That's just the mayor. You didn't even vote for that mayor.
You don't throw water balloons at a guy named Machete. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Machete. If you can't respect Machete, then you shouldn't show up to this parade. Who else are you going to see? Are you here for the floats that Sunland is going to provide? No. I'm sure they were going to have a machete float too, which would have been badass. He was also confident that his crew was targeted because they were Mexican, but who knows? Because the kid in question seems like a Cali bro. I don't know if it's like he didn't seem. I see that generation as not being anti-Hispanic, especially in Sunland. Where
I was gonna say at this point,
yeah.
Come on, bro.
In fact, actually, he could have been Mexican or at least half Mexican, right? And the way that he threw down, definitely not 100% white.
Just saying.
Did you see the combo? It's not a white guy move. I'm just kidding. I don't want to offend my white guys out there who can box. All right. So, anyways, he claims that when the first balloon was thrown, someone yelled that it was acid, which is one of the reasons he freaked out, and rightfully so, dude, because you got a nice paint job on that lowrider. There's kids around.
Yeah.
It's like it could splash if acid goes on a baby or toddler. Then those are fighting words.
Yeah.
Police did show up. In fact, actually in the video, you can see two motorcycle cops actually slowly drive by before the fight even happened, but they already passed it. So they had to turn back around to get to the altercation. By that time, the crowd already dispersed. So no arrests were made. And again, Danny just turned 80. So what a way to celebrate.
Right. Acid balloons.
It's like and that's a badass thing to say. When was the last time you got into a fight? I don't know, when I was 80.
Dang.
Yeah, not messing with you.
Street cred.
Great grandpa gangster. He's a triple G. A lot of people don't live to be a triple G.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people can only get to the double G. Snoop's going to be in town in December for the Arizona Bowl.
Don't throw balloons at him.
No.
Everybody be cool.
All right, we're going to continue this video and the response, which is actually a little too hot for radio, so you're not going to be able to hear it on the FM side. But we do have more coming up after Puddle of Mud, so keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. All right, so I want to show a little bit more of this breakdown here. As play-by-play. This is our attempt at being fight announcers.
Well,
so Danny goes down.
He's a boxing trainer back in the day.
Yeah,
he did in prison, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's look at the guy in question. This is why I don't think it's anti-Mexican. First off, I think like this dude might be Mexican himself. He's got his old lady there. They're at a parade in Sunland and shit like that. So, okay, this guy could be white, but
Whoa.
Again, this is a form of a guy who's gotten into scraps before. This is a Cali form. Cali guys can scrap.
Got the Stockton slap going on.
Yeah, well, yeah. Boom. Look at that. Oof. Straight down. And this is literally, I think, how you lean like a cholo.
Fair.
Yeah. But then Danny gets right back up and he's like, oh, fuck that, dude. I'm going to go machete on your ass. And that's when, of course, other people came in, tried to throw a chair.
On
They went all
chanclas.
WWE. This slow motion video is the best. Then they're kind of breaking it up. Again, you can't tell, but these guys are like technically senior citizens. Oh, then they're talking shit. This ain't no fucking movie. You get the fuck on. Did you hear that? That was the girlfriend. I think they got the arrow pointing at her. So maybe she's a racist. Who knows? Up. Oh. Damn. You know what? Like, fuck that bitch. And she has a great arm. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, she hits him. So this is her. She's talking shit to Machete, saying this isn't a movie. You need to move on. And then she goes to throw the balloon, right? She's part of the culprit and actually hits Danny Trejo in the head. So the impressive part about this is that she actually has great arm, like great aim, and was able to get
And
him.
a water balloon has that oblongness going on. It's kind of hard to get that good velocity.
Yeah, dude.
And-
It's
and
not
accuracy.
easy to do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So watch.
Props are due.
Yeah. Boom. Right there. Right on the head.
That's a QB throw, man. That was Elway.
Okay, yeah, it could have been racist, unfortunately, and that's stupid. In California, you can't. And then she just filming. Oh, you're not a fan of Machete? Are you gonna show another throw? Yeah. Oh, this is a different guy. No, that's the same one. So that's the guy. God,
So many people to keep track of.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, you can't keep track of them all.
Yeah, and it's like
Water balloon
you're
chaos.
throwing. I mean, all those people are throwing balloons should be ashamed of themselves, honestly, because you're throwing water balloons at an 80-year-old senior citizen.
Right.
You know, even though he's G'd up from the feet up, and
I mean, it's
still
hot.
has tats.
They're doing a favor to some people.
Looks
but
badass.
It's hot.
Yeah, I mean, it was record heat waves, but still, that's disrespect, dude.
It is.
Crazy.
What a goofy thing to get in trouble for throwing balloons, though.
Seriously,
Ugh.
punk ass bitches, and so, but with good arms. So
Yeah.
that's the takeaway.
Good job on the arm throw, but
Yeah,
you still kind of suck.
Completely disappointed that this would happen, but at the same time, fantastic game. All right. Earlier this morning, Rico did her 5-star review. It was another banger. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beefing Presents. As per usual, my good friend Rico, he goes out to various places throughout the old Pueblo. And when he goes to an establishment and has a pleasurable experience, he immediately rushes to Google and leaves a 5-star review. Where did you go to this week, Rico?
The Flandreau Science Center and Planetarium.
I didn't even know we had a planetarium.
We do, buddy.
All right, well, tell me all about it, dude.
So there are two things that scare the hell out of me in this life: taxes and sharks. They're both bloodthirsty, fearless creatures, and I want to do whatever I physically can to avoid them for the entirety of my existence. You can just replace the shark with the IRS logo, and Jaws will still be the same movie, except with an unhappy ending.
Yep.
That being said, Shark Week is back, and despite my fear of sharks, I still find the whole Discovery Channel cash cow phenomenal. Mostly because I find it hilarious how they spend half an hour on a show titled something like Craziest Shark Attacks, where a family is torn to shreds off the coast of Australia, and then they interview the whole town about how sharks are the devil, but then have the gall to air a PSA afterwards about shark conservation and protection.
You're right. It's like I thought we were going to kill them all.
Way to stay with the consistent messaging there, Discovery Channel. Anyway, since it's Shark Week, I saw some advertisements for the Flandreau Science Center and Planetarium and their focus on their Science Center exhibit entitled Sharks, Magnificent and Misunderstood, which is how I describe myself to every female I have any interest in.
Yeah, it's a Tinder bio.
Yep. Now, I came to the planetarium a few years back with a buddy, but he got kicked out because he had a few drinks beforehand and started berating the staff about what they really know and why they're hiding the truth about flat Earth, and then went off about the discrepancies with the moon landing footage and how it's convenient that we lost the data tapes. and something about Kubrick's covert hoax admission in the Shining movie, and blah, blah, blah.
Jesus Christ.
He started throwing glow-in-the-dark stars everywhere, and that was that. He passed out in the back seat as I drove him home, and I haven't been back since.
Yeah.
But I just watched the Terrence Howard on Rogan podcast question Newtonian laws and theories of quantum physics, so I wanted to avoid the temptation of angering the staff there myself, so I figured I'd just beeline it to the shark area. I finally reached the shark exhibit, and I knew it was a shark exhibit because I gasped when I saw their model shark tails sticking out of the brick wall. My heart started to race, and one of the employees saw me begin to hyperventilate and asked if I was okay. I'm fine. I just have a fear of sharks, and I'm forcing myself into exposure therapy, so in case I ever need to fight one, I won't freeze up. He calmly replied, well, sharks do not deliberately hunt humans, and chances of getting attacked by a shark are similar to being struck by lightning. To which I replied, I had an uncle who got struck by lightning once. He took a minute before suggesting I should explore the area and learn more about the behavior of sharks. So I did.
Nice.
There was the Deep Sea Explorer Simulator, which simulates a research submarine. But honestly, if it's not titled the eccentric, foolhardy billionaire obsessed with the Titanic simulator, then I don't want it. I almost tripped on a megalodon dorsal fin, which almost made me cry before checking out the Hungry Shark and Shark Racer, which were friendly learning games that teach about shark biology and physiology.
Oh, that's nice.
Then I finally braved the towering fin tails and massive shark jaws. I walked back over to the employee from behind and asked him, so what makes the white shark so great anyway?
Oh, no.
Is it the size? If so, why don't we call polar bears the great white bears?
Oh.
The shark isn't even fully white like a beluga whale. Have you seen those things, by the way? Huge foreheads. Funny looking guys.
Like Conan O'Brien.
He just stared at me and so I said, Happy Shark Week, and left. I'm just thankful we live in AZ and not near the ocean now. Maybe global warming will sink California, and then we'll have more Cali people here. And honestly, they scare me more than sharks. 5 stars.
That's an actual factual 5-star review. I didn't know they had all those things inside that Flandau Science Center and Planetarium.
Yeah, now you know.
Yeah, there's a megalodon fin and
there's all sorts of things.
Jaws and that sounds fun.
An insect exhibit, which I hated because I got stung by a bee and I hate all insects now. So, but if you want to go, check it out.
You go to every museum to address your trauma, huh?
I do.
Yeah,
That's the best way.
Theme of this hour. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and Google that and come across Rico's 5-star review to leave it a 5-star review as well. We're gonna hit the reset. Be back with more Beef Vegan Presents after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, we're back here on the podcast broadcast. Going to be back on the air with some stuff, and I have a video to show you that's going to blow your mind. 4th of July, of course, the tradition is fireworks, and we saw tons of great fireworks. And did you see fireworks in San Diego?
The best fireworks.
Oh, really?
All right, Trump.
What made them the best?
The greatest, the best fireworks.
Yeah.
Well, we were on Coronado, and so they're like right behind us. We like rode our bikes over this golf course and like got right underneath the barge, right? That they like shoot them off of. And so they're like right above us, like over our heads. Like the residuals of the fireworks are like getting in our eyeballs.
Yeah, the VIP experience.
Yeah, the ashes.
Wow.
Well, that's how it was like in Valdez's neighborhood too, because we were kind of like right underneath it.
Just like that.
That's fun, but I didn't feel the ashes. I remember feeling the ashes once, like as a kid at a 4th of July experience where we were like right below them. And I was just like, it's like acid rain.
Oh, God.
Kind of.
It's terrifying.
That was my cigarette next to you. You're like, oh my God, the fireworks are in my eyes.
Yeah, look, as cool as fireworks are, I think Alaska does it better. And it seems to be more American. Actually, it's American as fuck. Not this video, this video. Check this out. This is a 20-year-long tradition. And it starts with a plane, but that's not part of the appeal. This is what they do as the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
They're launching cars. Yeah, they're doing all that. They got Winnebagos.
Wow.
So in Alaska here, this has been a tradition in this town. Glacier View, Alaska. We celebrated the 20th anniversary of their signature car launch on the 4th of July. And it looks like these cars are flinging like right into people.
I know.
You know?
Whoa.
There's always going to be that one guy. Is this safe? Like, just have another beer and shut up.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow. That's amazing.
Good range.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like fireworks coming out of the plane. You're like, no, this is a car launch, baby.
Yeah, this straight up car launch. And thousands of Alaskans gather to witness the carnage, and they do that in the daytime, and they still have fireworks at night. But what a fantastic tradition there.
Yeah.
It's like meanwhile, people are struggling to buy used cars. They're like watching this. Like, oh, that's cool.
I know. Oh, I mean, I'm sure there's obviously a procedure to fly the cars safely, right? I mean, first and foremost, you got to make sure that it rolls in neutral. You maybe take out the engine. And of course, you don't have anything in the gas tank.
And no battery.
Yeah, but cars don't necessarily blow up like they do in the movies. That's unfortunate.
I know.
Now, if these cars get launched off of a cliff and then blow up, like what if you loaded up a bunch of fireworks inside the cars,
now we're talking.
then launch it off the cliff?
Or
America.
fireworks as
Next
it's
level.
going off in the air. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, isn't that the most
want this.
American thing you want to see? I know, I get it.
Kid
And-
Rock emceeing.
Yeah, every year he goes to Alaska just to do so. I can think of other people that are a
Other
little more
spokesmen?
American than Kid Rock, but to
Who?
each his own.
Yeah, who beef?
Ah, shit.
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, I think so too, but I'm just like wondering, like, who? Shatner? No.
No, I wouldn't say Shatner. I mean,
Look
with
at
his
that
accent,
car.
yeah, you're not even 100%
Wow, look at
convinced
that.
he's a born citizen.
Sure.
I mean, hell, he's so old and stuff. He could have been born in the old country.
Old country.
Yeah, legitimately. So we're on in like 12 seconds. So I'll get back to you on that
Okay.
Americana question.
All right.
There's got to be more American people than that.
As we're struggling.
Yeah, Rock on 2.1 KFMA. I guess that is a good go-to. But welcome back to the show. Times they are changing, dude. And I wonder if anyone in England will do this. But I know personally, I would be out. Like, you ever take a penny and throw it down a wishing well?
Mm.
Not in a while, but yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
it's
days.
like a kid growing up. I
Yes.
mean, you're contemplating like you would never do this, Mari.
No, I do it still to this day. With
That's
my
a
own
waste
kids.
of money.
No. Luck.
It's not
Real luck.
necessarily a waste of money. I remember there was fountains in the malls I was going to growing up. You would see thousands of coins of people
Tucson
making a
Mall?
wish in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see a coin, you see a fountain, you throw a coin in, you make a wish. It's a tradition. The tradition is changing in a town in England because you're not allowed to toss coins in anymore, but they still want your money. Okay, so it's part of the old Roman bathhouse in English. It's a 2,000-year-old fountain. Now, back then, the cold water pool, people would jump in after a hot bath, right? But for years, tourists has been tossing coins in for good luck because hell, it's a 2,000-year-old tub, right? So if there is a wishing well or fountain that would have any kind of mystical good luck powers,
It would be that one.
yeah, it'd be the ancient
Yeah.
ones, right? The ones that survived. And so tourists have been throwing coins in there for years, and it brought a lot of money in for the charity that runs the bathhouse. In fact, they would get like 6 figures a year. Yeah. But
Whoa.
then recently they decided that they were going to change it up. And after the pandemic, after donations started plummeting, they went from $133,000 a year to just under $14,000.
Oh.
After the change. So what they did was they said, we don't want your coins anymore. We want you to do is basically scan this QR code.
No, I knew it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna Venmo a wishing well.
That's what it was.
Sorry, bro.
They were going to Venmo. They asked people to Venmo donations for their wish or use a credit card to donate, which obviously didn't have the same appeal.
No, it doesn't
It's
count.
not part of the process.
Yeah, so this happened, and this was partly because of COVID. They switched to contactless payments, but this was in 2022. Now times have changed; people don't care anymore, and you could get that money back. But this was the big difference. So they would make $133,000 a year annually from this 2,000-year-old tub
Oh my
that
God.
people would just throw money in. And then when they switch and they said, hey, make a donation and a wish, Venmo us at, and they're like, F you, dude. Right? And so
Yeah.
it went from $133,000 a year to just under $14,000 a year. And it looks like they'll bring in even less this year. Officials say they didn't make the change to be jerks, but, tourists, they tend to argue that and say it's a jerk move. Nonetheless, the tradition of tossing coins was damaging the bath structure, though. And so,
After all that time, they're like, it's starting to do things.
I guess
Like, come on.
clean it daily,
Yeah.
restore it with the money that you're making,
Yeah.
and there are ways to continue this operation or, set up a side tub or fountain that you can collect money in.
Exactly. Dude, he told me 6 figures. Like, tell me I won't go down here in Tucson and find like some potholes and just put a QR code that says wishing hole.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be
Just, like,
good.
just give me some money.
Right, dude.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so here's some like obvious quotes here. A child making a wish with a contactless card does not have the same magical appeal. So imagine like your toddlers or your kids, your sons. Like, here you go, honey, make a wish. What do I do here? Well, you press 0.25 for 25%,
Right.
25 cents.
Yeah.
And after you scan this, QR code, yeah, and don't forget to put in mommy's credit card information. Like,
Right. Unless they
Right.
have like a little video of a genie that pops up and says good luck. Or
Yeah.
something. Like, all right, I got it.
They say the march towards cashless society needs to stop. What's next? The Tooth Fairy going cashless?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I got the guy outside of Circle K asking for Venmo, and I'm like, dude, times are changing. Come on, man, really?
I know. Well, that sucks though, because then you're just like, oh, I don't have any money on me. But like, oh, that's okay. I got the Venmo, I got
Yep.
Venmo, I got Cash App.
Like, dang it.
Yeah.
You got me.
I'll give you a photo of the before and after here that you can see before the coin ban and then after the coin ban, which is probably going to be the saddest 2 photos that you're going to be seeing. Okay, so this is before the coin ban. Look at that
Wow,
tub.
majestic.
Isn't it majestic? Now,
Yeah.
this is a place you would want to throw a coin into
Absolutely.
and make some wishes. I mean, it does look magical. And this is 2,000 years old. So it's not necessarily a tub. All right. So that's what it looked like before they made the switch. Then they put a sign up, and this is what it looks like now. And you tell me if it has the same magical feel right
Ooh.
there. Just
Ooh.
buzzkill.
Tap the contactless point or use the cash. No, bro.
Yeah.
Cash box.
Yeah, tap the contactless
Ooh.
point or use the cash box to make your offering. Nope, I'm not making an offering. I'm making a wish.
Yep.
I wish you guys would be you would stop being so nerdy and buzzkills and let me throw some of my change into this so I can win the lottery already.
Exactly.
They're not even trying that hard. Like, I thought they're going to put nets up in things or just like a little gate. That'll stop them.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
know.
think so.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Sometimes you try to make the change for the better and it ends up being 2 steps back. So hopefully they'll recognize their mistakes and change back to the original form and get that money back. Cause I'm sure they're, the charity, quote unquote, there are some people that are missing out on the charitable bonuses, if
Yep.
you will.
My
All right.
charitable ATV
Yeah,
needs
exactly.
maintenance.
We're going to keep the conversation going on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. In fact, actually, we should do an F My Life while we're there. And at it, we got a few minutes. So with that, let me just set this up for tomorrow. And how you guys doing on the stream? And would you do
Hi,
this?
everybody.
I mean, I could ask you this, but I know the answer is no. Nobody in their right mind would say, yeah, I'll just Venmo you my wish money.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that. And the proof is in their annual income now. Going from 133,000 to 14,000. You dropped over
It's a big dent.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the biggest dent and dip that you could think of.
Oh, substantial.
Yeah,
Oh, and Shatner's from Canada, so
exactly.
not a good choice.
Fuck that guy.
You American.
Most
I knew he had some kind of accent. I just couldn't put my finger in it. All right.
It'd be a funny game to play one day. Canadian or not Canadian.
Yeah,
people.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
you know well.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let's do this.
Dolly Parton.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to us at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call at 600-KFMA, 600-5362. And Rico, Mari, and I will weigh in on your F My Life situation. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Okay, first one sent to me by Mel. Mel said she's moving from Arizona to Washington State with her 2 cats in her car. And she only just left and learned that one cat gets car sick and the other stress farts.
Ew.
Only 956 more miles to go.
ugh.
Yeah. Car sickness and stress parts from the cats. Is that
Yeah.
enough my life? What do you say, Rico?
I'd say yes. I had to drive with a cat cross country once, and it was a disaster.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
The smell of kitty litter haunts
Same
me.
thing. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's nonstop.
Yes, FML for
Yeah,
sure.
all the way around. Yes, I agree. No, thank you for listening. I'm Washington. I hope you continue to stream. All right. See, Rebecca said, today my hormones decided to make my pimples appear symmetrically on my face, around my nose and mouth. All right, F my life, Mari.
Yeah, I had acne. It sucks so bad.
Okay, what do you say, Rico?
Get some of that Accutane. Yeah, that's my life.
It does suck. I still have acne. Hell, I mean, I get it on my forehead all the time because I'm a hat guy. But I will say symmetrical is probably cool. You know, I mean, I know that. Well, I know that there's women that still probably do like the makeup freckles or even cosmetic freckles.
No, not around your mouth. Freckles go like on your cheeks and your nose.
Not on your forehead, silly.
Okay. I'm trying
Tried.
I'm trying to be optimistic, look at the silver lining, being like, I'm sure you're still fine. Well, maybe not though. But I do. They're painful and I get it. But I'm just a fan of symmetry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. I like
Big
it.
baby.
Yeah, for sure. You know, they say when it comes to being attractive, if you're scientifically attractive, your face is symmetrical. The less
Right.
symmetrical your face is, the more unappealing you are
Huh.
to, people who are looking at you. So symmetry is everything when it comes to the laws of attraction. So if you're getting pimples that are symmetrical on your face, those are technically attractive pimples. See, scientifically
Wow.
complimented your ass.
There you go.
Babuski.
Well done.
See, I get a bad rap of being a big idiot, but sometimes I retain information I don't even know is in there until moments like this when I just black out and make sense.
I saw it on Pinterest.
Yeah. It's not true. It wasn't a Pinterest thing. Ted sent me this email. Today, I finally received the paycheck for the first time in 6 months. I celebrated by promptly falling down a flight of stairs and losing consciousness. Oh,
Huh.
jeez.
Well,
Yeah. F my life,
that's
what do you
it?
say?
Yeah.
That's it.
Big FML.
Yeah. Huge F my life. That's not a good way to celebrate. What do you say, Marge?
I kind of want to say big baby
Ooh.
Okay, why?
because he's fine, right? As long as he went into a coma afterwards, he can still spend that money afterwards.
It's a mini coma when you lose consciousness.
Mini,
I mean, you
mini,
wake
mini.
up.
mini coma.
Mini.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah. No, you got
Probably lost
knocked
some memory,
out.
yeah.
Have you ever been knocked out unconscious?
No, actually.
I hear it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But you can spend the money afterwards, right?
Yeah, on the hospital bills.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm saying F my life. We're vetoing Mari, and we'll continue.
Heartless.
Let's see. All right. Next F my life. Final F my life of the day while we're at it. Sent to me anonymously. And you'll probably know why. Okay. Beef. Yesterday I felt an itch on my butt, so I went to the bathroom to scratch it. It was actually a dried layer of skin that broke from years of wear and tear. And now every time I go to the bathroom, I feel immense pain for the next hour.
Wait, what?
Years of wear and tear. Now I'm like, wear and tear from going to the bathroom or wear and tear because you like to have a good time. Either way, is that enough my life? We'll start off with Mari.
I just don't understand it. A piece of skin gets picked off, and now you have an hour of pain after.
Dried layer, yeah, around the B area, right? From years of wear and tear. That's why I started with you. I imagine you experienced a little wear and tear over the
You're
years.
not that kind though, so
Oh, really?
I'd say
I mean,
FML,
we
I
are like
guess.
technically married and stuff, so I thought that was like an anniversary thing. All right, so, but immense pain after you go to the bathroom for an entire hour because
Yeah, I guess.
He's-
FML.
this guy's literally butthurt. Do you not have any empathy for the
Literally.
butthurt?
I'm saying FML. That is
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
unfortunate.
Okay, you wanted more details, and I'm like, I had to be as vague as possible just to say it on the radio.
It didn't give him a mini coma, though, so
Yeah, not yet.
not yet.
F
He's
my life.
alive.
F my life.
Yeah. Be gentle on that area. You're gonna need it in the long run. So definitely F your life. Keep those emails coming. beefing@kfma.com. We'll hit the reset. Be back with more right after this. It's Rock 1 2.1. You got so many
Questions.
butthole questions.
I
Yeah,
know.
like the wear and tear. I'm like, it could be.
Wear and tear.
Wait,
Yeah.
but I still don't understand though. Like a skin layer. Like,
Maybe it was a
And don't Google wear and tear butt stuff.
yeah.
I guess I'm just
Don't do
really-
it.
Maybe it was a sex thing. Maybe it was a hemorrhoidal thing, or too much
It was skin.
carbs and like not enough fiber thing. right?
And you peel off skin, and then it just hurts for an hour afterwards. I just don't get that.
Abrasive fire poops.
Okay, well, why don't you peel off the skin around your beehole and see
Yeah.
how it feels 5 minutes later?
This is fine, guys. This is fine. You know, women have a higher pain tolerance.
That's true.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's true. And thank you for picking up on that pun there, Jeff. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Butt hurt.
Butt hurt. Yes, that was very clever.
See, when I read this email, I felt empathy and related not to years of wear and tear, but like sometimes, like when I went on that road trip to Rocky
Yeah,
Point.
your Hemis.
Yeah, my Hemis, man. And I didn't realize it was that bad, but I was like, I couldn't even sit. I'm driving. I'm on like one cheek,
Yeah,
for like an
miserable.
hour. Then I switch cheeks, the whole
Yep,
thing.
The switch is,
And it's because I'm assless, to be honest with you. I got no ass. Yeah, I can't even sit in a movie that's over like 2 hours in a movie theater without feeling uncomfortable.
Really?
Yes, dude. And I get so envious of my bubble-butted friends who I just like.
hello.
Have
I
cushions?
know. Yeah, they're sitting on two little pillows. I'm like, how's that feel? Because I'm sitting directly on my beehole, right?
Oh.
Like, there's nothing that is like.
You're going to open your phone now and have like Timo show you an ad for like fake butt. You just like
Yeah, we
strap
need
on
those
your
padded
bottom.
underwear. No, they have underwear that's padded. My
Well,
friend
no,
wore it
I
for her
started
wedding.
doing squats, and maybe the muscle butt will help. But yeah,
Oh,
being
yeah.
flat butted, just imagine if you see somebody flat butted going to a movie theater, you don't want to sit in the same seat because that's butthole on seat action.
Mhm.
Like, but you see
Pants,
someone
there's
butt.
underwear.
No, it's close, dude. It's too close. You're talking thin layers, and it's just beehole and it's surface.
Oh.
Yes, just trust me on that. But you don't have to worry about that because again, you got the cushion there, so it never your beehole never technically gets up against anything. And I'm talking ear to the wall type stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
Like,
visuals, man.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to paint this picture so you understand how lucky you have it, as opposed to flat asses out there who
Very
are
enlightening.
literally just it's unsanitary and uncomfortable. Yeah, even if you wear underwear.
Oh.
Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
Now, thank you.
You're welcome. We hit all the hard topics and
Yes, we did.
thought provoking. Todd, you still there? No. Oh, that makes sense. All right, good Dot. Yeah, I'm just obviously we've been messing around a lot today. We've had tons of conversations.
There's been a lot of topics we hit on today.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
many.
well, we can't not have fun with the Blue Chew thing because the Blue Chew endorsement. So obviously, it led to a stream of questions earlier, and tons of like penis jokes and questions. And you just posted something on Instagram, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you read. You're
yeah.
very professional Blue Chew read.
All right, let's see what that is here real quick. And I'm sure
You
it's
got me excited.
yeah.
This is just all news to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mari had a lot of
it's-
questions. We're helping her.
I know.
I'm learning so
manosphere.
much today.
Right. Let's see. Rock One 2.1. Let me share this. Rock One 2.1. Oh, you know what I realized?
2.1.
I realized. Never mind. All right, let's see if this is. Oh, there's Valdez first and foremost.
Hello.
Hello. This is just him at the VR optical.
Oh, he went to
Yeah, what's up? What are you strapping us into? What are we gonna experience?
I think dick pills are like. I think dick pills are like the number one sponsor of all the podcasts I watch somehow. Maybe I'm watching all just male dominated podcasts, but it's
Yeah.
all brought to you by some sort of penis enhancer. Okay. Then summer cocktails. Speaking of your performance in the bedroom, well, BlueChew.com has your back. BlueChew delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it is now in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What a read.
So excited. I'm glad that you were excited on that.
That's everybody in Tucson hearing your sultry voice talk about boner pills. They're going, yeah, need some of that.
Thanks for calling it sultry.
Sultry.
And good morning, Nick. Good to see you on the stream. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. So your husband runs a tattoo parlor, right?
he does.
Yeah. What's the tattoo parlor again? Shout out to Kenzo.
Oh, Blocks Tattoo, Blocks Skate Shop. They're combined.
Hey.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure he has a lot of Gen Z clientele, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, USA Today just did a write-up on how the oldest Gen Zers are now pushing 30 and are hitting the stage of life where you start regretting tattoos.
Ooh.
Yeah. Are you at that stage of life yet to where you regret your tattoos?
I have a tattoo I deeply regret and I need covered up.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Rico?
I like mine. I mean, I got mine a little bit later anyway.
So you have to
So-
get past the point. See, I'm
Yeah.
trying to, like, my daughter's at the age right now, 18. She wants all the cool stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes, man, because you're not going to enjoy some of this, things like regrettable tattoos that are obviously common, that are not just with Gen Z. USA Today noted that millennials have come to terms years ago with their own like Harry Potter, Disney, and Infinity sign tattoos, right? Like these, talking about these stereotypical trendy tattoos. Like you
Yeah.
can't tell me that anyone that grew up in the 90s, any woman, any hot girl too, especially, doesn't regret their tramp stamp. You cannot tell me that there's not a single person who grew up in the 90s who was hot, cool, and in the know, who got a tramp stamp thinking it was the sexiest thing on earth, and it was. You were absolutely right at the time, but you can't tell me that you don't regret it now.
It's coming back though.
No,
It is
Coming back. Just
not
wait
the
it
one,
out.
not the ones that were administered during the 90s, because
On the
they
back,
do not look the same.
tribal on the back.
The
Coming back.
butterflies.
No. See, I just look at those like splash pads, basically
gosh.
targets. I know. I try to tell, and this is the one time that my daughter's mom actually listened to me. It was after we broke up, right? And so she was single, and she said that she wanted to get my daughter's name tattooed as a tramp stamp on her, right? Which I thought, well, not only was incredibly tacky, just ridiculous. It's like, you're gonna put a name on there? I was like, absolutely not. Please, no.
Mm.
And she's like, why? Why do you care? And I'm like, because I don't want guys finishing on my daughter's name.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Like, what do you think?
Big
Like,
facts.
yeah. I mean, it was that like, and again, it's not like I'm like, don't besmirch my daughter's name like that.
Not like that. Not like that.
And it's like we
Please.
weren't together. It wasn't even a jealousy thing. I'm like, yeah, they can finish anywhere they want, right? All over you. Just none of my daughter's name, man.
No.
Yeah, that's the one.
Anywhere else.
That's the one thing I ask.
Just not that. Please.
Your eyes, ears, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not mine anymore. But my daughter's name is some of my daughter's name.
Like
Came up with the
and words in parentheses underneath. Like, please don't.
Yeah.
Please
Avoid
Love,
area
Dad.
at all costs.
Yes.
avoid areas.
Caution. No splash.
Please.
Yes.
No splash.
All right. Obviously, we got to keep this conversation moving on the podcast. Be back with their beef tip right after this. Surprised you say
Flustered.
that on the air. And I might
I
even get in
know.
trouble for that too. Like, we are.
Like, am I wrong though?
Yeah.
You're not.
What do you think immediately when you see a tramp stamp though? A girl our age.
A girl our age is like, yeah, you were cool.
You were cool.
And
You
you
drank
were
a lot
hot.
of Zimas.
Yeah, and honestly, the tramp stamp was also a sign. I mean, it had a clever name, but basically, hey, this is a girl who's not afraid to
Parties.
get down. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see too many virgins with tramp stamps.
What do you think is like a today's version of a tramp stamp though? Like what do you
Face
see-
tattoo.
Oh, a face tattoo on a girl?
Kids.
Well, yeah, you still see face tattoos on girls, but I guess
No.
that is a good question, and good question for our streamers. What's our modern day equivalent for a tramp stamp? Now, I know that we're all kind of past that generation, but I'm talking about, obviously young high school, college students. And I would say no tattoo, because you're seeing like a lot of the younger kids not get tattoos at all.
I don't know. They're getting these little tiny tattoos all
Minimalist.
over.
Yes.
Right? Like little itty bitty ones,
Yes.
fine line ones.
Yes. So like little signias, little quotes on
Yeah.
there.
Like a sketchbook from school. Like a doodle book.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
Maybe they're Friday the 13th tattoos, but it's not the sexy thing, because here was a couple things that were kind of sexy in the 90s when it came to trashy tattoos.
Mhm.
Well, obviously the tramp stamp. The other thing was the Nautica star that was like on the hip.
Oh yeah.
Or the
like,
Playboy
no,
bunny.
the two hips.
Yeah, on the two hips.
matching.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's
Those
huge.
are the hoe tats.
Oh.
You see those and
Fox
you're like,
racing. The Fox racing tattoo.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yep.
So do you guys have any of those tattoos?
You have a stucky S.
What about a sternum tattoo? Liz asks. A sternum tattoo.
That's like right here.
Ah,
It depends. It's like
Yeah, I
a
don't know if
badass
those are
looking
trashy
sword.
yet, but yeah, those were really popular.
what's good about a
the
sternum
underside
tattoo?
boob.
As you get older and stuff, it's easier to hide. It's
Very easy to
yeah,
hide.
just kind of
But
push
just like
together.
a tramp stamp though, you could hide it with a shirt, but
yeah,
like
you wear a
a sternum
midriff and
is
you bend
kind of a good
over,
one.
someone's gonna see that.
Yeah, and you're in your bathing suit, somebody's gonna see your sternum. I know
Yeah.
some
Does
there's some-
Kenzo do tattoo removals too?
no,
No.
but maybe he should.
Well,
And he does a lot of cover
So
up.
you got a good demographic here in Tucson. A lot of people. Really.
that is very true. That's very true.
Yeah, he covers up a lot of stuff for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of cover-ups that people can see, and I should probably get some cover-ups.
What
That's
would
a
you
clever way
cover
to
up?
like merge it into something.
Carlos said the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
Oh,
Those are earrings,
Oh,
right?
yeah, possibly.
Hoop earrings.
Yeah.
I love hoop earrings.
Those are hard to get symmetrical as well. Yeah. So, Mari, oh yeah. So that was Lindsay asking if he does cover up. So yes, he absolutely does.
ELX tattoo.
it's like what the tramps have. That's like location centric, so it's like you can't really put anything else there. It
Mhm.
would just accentuate the trampiness.
What about neck tattoo?
Yeah,
You see a girl with a neck tattoo.
yeah.
Turn on or off?
Honestly, again, that's a different generation, but I don't think anything can kind of be exposed, and I'm sure they would regret that. It's going to be easier to kind of regret that over time as well.
You gotta be committed.
Like really immersed in that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I try to express to my daughter too, is I'm trying to help her kind of like just put herself in the best position to have options. It's like don't eliminate your options. And I understand like the UK right now, they've been so tattoo obsessed for so long that it is just so standard for them to have full-blown neck tattoos, sleeves, hands and knuckles, face, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And they don't even bat an eye at it. So,
Right.
like this is what your lawyer is going to look like.
Yep.
It's a doctor. So it's so common, but it's to a point where, any trend that goes one direction, the next trend is going to be the complete opposite. And that's why you're seeing so many young people today, American kids, that aren't fucking with tattoos at all. And I'm sure your husband can even attest to this, that he's seen less younger people. He still sees them. And I'm sure there's little hidden ones and stuff like that. But you're talking about the ones who would come in and be like, my goal is to have a sleeve. You're seeing less of that. And you're seeing more kind of bare bodies. But again, that will swing back in another 10 years. The generation after is going to look at the 10-year older generation as dinosaur nerds, and they're going to go rebel against it. It's cyclical. We could predict it. And so
Ebbs and flows.
yeah. So Dot said, I'm just going to cover mine myself. All right.
With
What,
what?
clothes? That's how you do it. Lindsay said, I have a cute mushroom on my ankle, but it's now annoying me. Yeah. We all end up having tattoos that we regret. So I think let's get on the air and we'll wrap things up here on the FM side. But appreciate you all as always.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We only got a couple minutes left on the FM side. So I want to get into a beef tip, and then there's a little bit of meat on these bones because my beef tip is the 10 commandments of the gym. Yes. Did I get your attention, my muscly friend?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Commandment number 10, thou shalt pick your moments. So don't ever interrupt anyone while they're working. So you have to say something to a friend, wait until the set they're on is finished, and then count to 3 to make sure you can get their attention without distracting them and inadvertently putting them in a position to risk injury. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay.
For the most part.
Moving forward. Commandment number 9, thou shalt control your grunting. So when pushing yourself, you might want to exert a little bit of oomph because that helps get through the home stretch, or the home stretch. But you shouldn't grunt so aggressively that it's awkward or hilarious or even sexual. You're like, ugh! Yeah, 3 more. Oh, like nobody wants that guy at the gym.
That's why, what is it? Planet Fitness has the lunk zone, lunk alarm. If you grunt, they set an alarm off if you grunt too heavy. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
There's like videos online. It's hilarious.
And it's too much if you're kind of trying to be like the Hulk. You're trying to show off too much. Yeah. Thou shalt dress appropriately, right? So at home, you could love working out with no shirts, no shoes, maybe even no pants. But the gym ain't your home, man. So you make sure that you dress appropriately and try not to show off too much. All right. Coming in number 7 of the 10 gym commandments, thou shalt not creep.
Yes.
Yeah. You notice that girl across from the gym? She's there to work. She's not there to pick up on you, dude. So stop creeping. Number 6, thou shalt work out first and socialize second.
Yes.
Yeah. Go there and get the work done.
Can't tell you. Ugh.
Gym commandment number 5, thou shalt be choosy with phone calls. Sometimes you got to take it for work. But sometimes it's just like, homie trying to BS. You could call them back. All right. Thou shalt only video themselves. Yeah, that's a gym commandment.
Yeah.
Top 3 gym commandments here. Thou shalt not give unsolicited form checks. Don't go up and say, bro, you need to squat with your knees. Shut up. You don't know him. He's not your bro. All right. Number 2, thou shalt leave equipment like you found it. And the number 1 gym commandment, thou shalt not camp out on equipment.
Yes.
Oh.
My God. Yes. 100%.
That is
See?
number 1 worthy?
Yep.
Yes,
It is.
number 1 worthy. So there you go. That's the 10 gym commandments. If you're going to the gym or planning on going to the gym, remember those, and then you'll be more liked at the gym. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show, but thank you guys for listening. Be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. Till then, Robin Nash is up next. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
Bye, guys.
will come.
Don't forget,
and
this segment
all
and
your
show is
grief.
brought to you by
But
Blue
if
Chew.
you've been
Level up your
mean or
confidence.
come to
Blue
bad,
Chew.
I will knock out all your
Check out this boner.
teeth.
Blue Chew.
Code word beef.